Hey there guys! Welcome back to the Sorcerer Mickey Fan Guy channel for a brand new video. So just a couple months ago, I was doing a little bit of shopping and I unexpectedly stumbled upon these cool Marvel toys. In this case, we've got some of the Marvel Infinity Saga Blokees Series 3 blind boxes. So as you can see here, I managed to get 4 of them as there was just literally only about 4 left from what I remember when I got them. And we're gonna open one today because if I were to open all 4 in the same video, it would probably take me a long time. So I'm just gonna choose one of the 4 boxes. I'll just choose this one. And then we'll just literally move these 3 boxes out of the way. Stay tuned for those 3. That'll be in a later video. And yep, if you're new to the channel and enjoy this type of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon for more awesome content like this. Anyways, let's get on with the review. Now, starting with the front of the box, we have an amazing picture of Iron Man with his cool little laser arm blaster cannon that looks super cool. On the top, we have the Infinity Saga logo, as well as the Blokees logo, which are basically like little Legos, but they're not exactly Legos. And this is Series 3. They've made a Series 1 and 2 of the Marvel Infinity Saga Blokees, and I haven't found those yet, but if I see them in the future, I might as well get them if I like this Series 3. So for now, we have Series 3, so just to confirm. These are posable model kits, which are pretty cool, and we've got the warning for the young children. On this side, it shows you all the different characters we can get. So we can get Hulkbuster, regular Iron Man, the special Iron Man with the cool blaster arm, Iron Patriot, which is the blue Iron Man, Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy, Bucky, the Falcon, Groot, Captain America without the helmet, and then we've got Thanos without his helmet, which is going to be pretty cool. So there's 10 different characters. And here is the back that shows you the cool assembly instructions, as well as the UPC. And then here's the other side with an amazing artwork picture of Thanos. Wow, he looks very cool. And then here is the bottom with some warnings, and that is pretty much it. So let's get on with the unboxing. Alright guys, so I just opened the box. Now let's open this blind bag and see which character we get. And it looks like in our first box, we've got Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, he's not exactly what I wanted to start off with. I kind of wanted the Hulkbuster, but maybe in the other 3 boxes we have, we'll get him eventually. Maybe. But overall, I'm pretty glad that we got Rocket as a pretty good start to our Blokees unboxing. So, let's get into building him. Oh, before we build, let me show you something cool. So, here are the instructions for the certain characters. So, we've got the instructions for the Iron Man, Hulkbuster, and we even got Rocket Raccoon's instructions, so that means we can follow those instructions, and then we can build Rocket easily. So that's very cool. And then on the back, it shows you some of the other characters that require some detailed assembly, as you can see here. So, yep, that is pretty much it. Most of them is pretty self-explanatory, so let's get on to building Rocket Raccoon right this second. Alright guys, so I just finished building Rocket Raccoon. It took me a couple of minutes to put him together, and it was pretty self-explanatory for the most part. So without further ado, let's have a look at the main Rocket Raccoon himself. Okay, so here is our Rocket Raccoon figure, and starting off with the head, I think that Blokees did an incredible job with him. The sculpting all around the head, especially when you can see the fur all around. And the face with all the printing is so top notch. The painting, there's almost no miss on it at all, so that's really good. And I especially love the expression. it almost gives you the feeling that he's ready to attack any enemies in a battle video game. And speaking of video game, Rocket's face almost kind of reminds me of the Disney Infinity video game that came out back in 2013 or something like that. So I do kind of like how they gave a bit of a reference to that game, and especially gives a bit of a nostalgic punch. Then moving down to the body, the detailing is just so top notch. I love all of the painting around. There's almost no missed paint at all, especially on the back with the little rocket pack, if that's what exactly is on his back. But it still looks really shiny. And then for the arms, they're pretty simple. It's just plain brown fur, so nothing too special. And each hand are holding hands for him to grip the blaster, which we'll get into later. Moving down to the belt, it looks pretty basic. It's just brown with some cool detailing. And then on the back, we've got his tail with some cool sculpting. And then moving down to the legs, they're pretty basic. It's just got blue on the top half with some patches. And then on the lower half, it's just brown raccoon fur. And that's pretty much it. Here is the back of him overall. And here is the bottom for him to clip onto the stand. And now let's have a look at his articulation. So the head is on a ball joint that rotates all the way around. He can tilt side to side as well as up, not too much, but down a pretty significant amount. And then the arms, they do rotate all the way around on a ball joint, and they can lift up about this much because of the armor getting in the way. Then the elbows are on a single joint that bends 90 degrees forward but not too much back, and it also rotates, which is pretty cool. And the hands are on ball joints, so it can rotate all the way around and hinge up and down and tilt side to side. And then on the torso, we have a waist swivel that rotates Rocket a full 360 degrees. And the tail is also on a little joint that you can rotate all the way around and kind of tilt it a little bit. And for the legs, they kick forward about this far and back this much. Wow, that's pretty far. And then he can also do the full splits. And then for the knees, they're on a single joint that bends 90 degrees, but it does not rotate at all. And for the feet, they go up and down, rotate, but they're on a pretty tight joint, so you have to do it kind of slowly. And then they also pivot side to side and hinge up and down. So that is pretty much all the articulation there is on Rocket. And moving on to the accessory that he comes with, well, his only accessory is his blaster. And the blaster, to my surprise, it looks really cool. I love the detailing, the colors. Although it's just one simple color, I still think that it looks very cool. I like how they gave it a bit of a platinum feel to it. There's a tiny bit of gold in the center, but that's alright. I do like it overall. It's a bit bigger than I thought. And essentially for the blaster, you put it in either of Rocket's hands. Just slot it in like so, and there we go. Also, Rocket comes with this stand, which is essentially to just put Rocket onto these little pegs here. So we're just gonna get him into a cool battle pose, just kind of rotate some of the legs around. Let me just get this thing on. Okay, so that's 1 foot down. And there we go. Now Rocket's on his display base looking all ready to go all out. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing of the Blokees Marvel Infinity Saga Series 3 boxes. So, if you enjoyed this cool unboxing, please give a like, subscribe, and also hit the bell icon. And be sure to leave a comment as it really helps the channel. Also stay tuned for the final 3 boxes I have of these Blokees Series 3 Marvel ones. And see what next 3 characters we'll get in those 3. So if you really want to see that video, it's definitely coming soon. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.